Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon White 2. So, now that we are finally done with the desert area, with the desert areas, and I'm gonna be, once again, gonna be leaving with the message, F Moxie. We are now gonna be entering, which is still the battle-centric city, Nimbasa City. While structurally, Nimbasa City may look the same, may look the same as it did before. But however, there are a few differences, which we are going to see as we of course explore around the city. Now, our first major difference is that before you actually enter battle subway, we actually get interrupted by the gender character that you did not pick, and also these two guys here, who just so happens to be the bosses of the battle subway, Ingo and Emmet. And if you want to be able to get into the subway itself, now you first actually have to team up with the other player character and defeat the subway bosses. And also, once you're done defeating them, then the other player character will give you the VS recorder. Now as we get into this battle, as for the Pokemon that the other character uses, they do utilize two Pokemon, but it is of course depending on the starter that you chose. Since we chose Oshawott, now she'll start off with a Pignite that has Flame Charge, Arm Thrust, Smog, and Rollout. And she will also have a Pansage with the moves with the ability Gluttony, of course, and it'll have Fury Swipes, Leech Seed, Bite, and Seed Bomb. And then if you chose Tempig, you'll be faced off against Servine, and then they will have Servine, and it'll have Growth, Leaf Tornado, Leech Seed, and Mega Drain. And they will also have a Panpour with Fury Swipes, Water Sport, Bite, and Scald. And if you chose Snivy, they will have a Dual-Wide. With Focus Energy, Razor Shell, Fury Cutter, and Water Pulse. And they will also have a Pansear with the moves Fury Swipes, Yawn, Bite, and Flame Burst. And then as for the subway bosses themselves, Ingo and Emmet, they will only be utilizing one Pokemon. As you can see, there are Boldore, there are Boldore and Gurdurr. Now Boldore has the ability Sturdy and has the moves Mud Slap, Iron Defense, Smackdown, and Power Jam. And then as for Gurdurr, he has the ability Guts, and he starts out with Low Kick, Rock Throw, Wake Up Slap, and Chip Away. So I would say, and considering that these two Pokemon are at level 26, if you definitely want to get for this fight a lot more quicker, then I definitely would suggest targeting for one. Then I would suggest targeting for one Pokemon at a time. Yes. So then you can then you can actually get for this fight a lot more faster. Yeah, well, my D1 almost got defeated there, but at the very least we managed to beat them. Another thing is that now this will be the only time that you will ever see me face off against the subway bosses within Generation 5. It's because just like in the prequel, just like in my prequel playthrough, I have zero, and I mean zero intention of ever going through any of the Battle Subway, of actually going through the Battle Subway facilities. Yeah, meaning that this will be the only time that you will ever see me face off against these two. Yeah. Okay, now I guess I should say as well. I will be showing off. Not only will I once again be showing off Anvil Town, and I will also still show off what stuff that you can get within the Battle Subway. But it's just that I will not be showing off me actually going through any of the facilities there. Yeah. Now another thing that is different when it comes to Nimbasa City is the Battle like Institute. Now while the building itself, while the institute itself is still the same as it was before. But however though, unlike in the prequel titles, where you actually got to enter the Battle Institute as soon as you visit Nimbasa City. However, in Like 2, you cannot like enter the Battle Institute until we actually get into post game. So yeah, if you really want to experience that, you are gonna have to wait until you actually enter the until you've entered the Hall of Fame. Okay, now for new medals that we get. Okay, first up we got Heavy Walker. Now that's the medal that you get when you've taken at least 20,000 steps. And then we got from Battle Teacher, which is a medal that you get when you have at least when you have participated in at least 200 battles. And our last one, and our next one is his super effective save hunt. Now you essentially get that medal if you just happen to land from many super effective hits. So yeah, those medals you can definitely get quite easily if you just happen to continue on with your game. If you just happen to continue on with your gameplay and whatnot. Yeah. Okay, now, and I guess I should say as well, now, when it comes to the Nimbasa gym, Now, for those of you, for those of you who have played or even seen my prequel playthrough, may recall that the Nimbasa City, Nimbasa gym was inside of a roller coaster. But however, the Nimbasa gym is not there this time. Now, while the roller coaster may still be there, while the roller coaster itself is still present within Black 2 and White 2, it's just that the Nimbasa gym itself is now in an entirely different building. Yeah, and you're definitely gonna see where that is when we actually get to that. Okay, everyone. Now, as you can see, for those of you who want to utilize the TMs for Thunder Wave, Gyro Ball, Light Screen, and also Reflect, then you simply just have to go to this guy here. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Now, as for the two places that you definitely saw me go to many times, within my prequel playthrough. That of course being from Big Stadium and Small Court. Now, while those two buildings are still the same as they were before, it's just that the only differences when it comes to Black 2 and White 2 is that during the base game, while some of the trainers that you fight there may have different Pokemon. But then when you get to when you get into post game, that's when they are going to be utilizing the exact same Pokemon that they actually used to have before. Yeah, and also the other difference when it comes to the Big Stadium and Smoke Court is that now if you recall, there were a few trainers there there were a few trainers. If you just so happen to defeat them, they will sometimes give you an item. Whereas in Black 2 and White 2, every single trainer that you defeat within the Big Stadium and Smoke Court will always give you an item. So essentially, if you really want to stock up on items while at the same time getting more experience for your Pokemon each day, then you can easily do that here. Then you can easily do that within the Big Stadium and Smoke Courts. Now, back to what I was saying about as for the Big Stadium and Small Courts in post game. Now, for those of you who saw my prequel playthrough, may recall that I definitely went through those facilities many times over. Yeah, just so I can get my Pokemon up to the same level as them. Considering that I was like 10 to 15 levels below them. But however, within Black 2 White 2, when you get into the when you get into the post game, you are probably going to be around the level as the regular trainers say that you face off against within the post game of like a bull like to invite to. Yeah, meaning that I am most likely am not gonna be going back to the big stadium small court many times over. Yeah, just so I could get my Pokemon, or even more levels. But however though, there are at least 2 facilities within the Universe region that you are most likely aren't going to be going back to when it comes to not only having some really good battles and also getting even more experience. Yeah, even like way more experience than you can ever possibly get within the big stadium and small courts. Yeah, and I will definitely show those off when we get to them. Yeah, now for those of you who have played a Bull like to invite to may know. Yeah, you may know exactly what I am talking about. Okay, now as for the Ferris wheel. Now the Ferris wheel is still present within a Bull or like to invite to. It's just that there are a few differences. So when it comes to not only the trainers that you fight before you actually get to ride, or before you actually get to ride the Ferris wheel with them, but also the other important characters that you can actually ride the Ferris wheel with. Yeah, whereas in the prequel titles, yeah, the only important character that you ever got to ride the Ferris wheel with was the only important character that you ever got to ride the Ferris wheel with was of course N. Yeah, then after you've gone through that, then that's why you do not have to bother riding the Ferris wheel ever again. Now, whereas in this playthrough, I am actually going to show off as much as I can when it comes to riding the Ferris wheel with the other important characters. Yeah, now which includes some that we have already met, and those who we have, and maybe those who we still have yet to encounter. Okay, everyone. Now, as for the as for the Pokemon musical. Now the musical itself is still the same as it was before. Just like in my prequel playthrough, I am not going to be showing off any sort of musicals whatsoever. Now the only major difference when it comes to the musical, if you just now it is only applied unfortunately I won't be able to show that off, is because Yeah, I need to utilize the memory link feature, which is something unfortunately that I cannot really utilize on a footage emulator. But essentially after you have completed the now within a bull or like and white. After you competed, now after you got after you managed to get the musical props, and also if you managed to compete in at least a musical for the very first time, and also after you have entered the entry link for the very first time. And then when you get into the memory link within a bull or like to white to, now before you actually enter the Pokemon Musical Hall for the very first time, you will get to see you'll actually be able to get to hear the and you actually get to see a history of the musical and about how the prop case was dropped. Now, as for the prop case that was dropped, now when you enter, instead of giving you when you enter the musical hall for your very first time, instead of that guy that we just talked to, who actually gives you the empty prop case, now he will tell you that a trainer who once accidentally left his prop case in the Pokemon Musical Hall, and he will instead give it to you. And also within it will be every single prop that you actually obtained within a bull or like a white. Which of course means that you do not have to. Which means, of course, you do not have to reobtain those props again. So essentially, if you want to continue with going through the Pokemon musical, but also be able to utilize those same prompts again, and without having to going all around the region, just so you can try to get them all over again. Then that's where you essentially gonna be utilizing the memory link for. Okay, everyone. Now once I've exited this building, then that's when I'm gonna be ending up this video. Now, before I close this off, I may as well talk about the music that we have just been listening to. Now, as for the Nimbasa City music itself. It is still great to listen to. And then as for the Pokemon music, I still think it's fine. Yeah, not great, just fine. Yeah. Okay, everyone. With that said, that shall be all I am going to be doing for this video. And so we shall continue on for the next one. And so to then, I'll see you guys next time.